All animals, whether they're fearsome predators or gentle little birds, can end up in difficult situations. But thankfully, there are kind and compassionate people around the world who won't hesitate to help. Today, we're sharing some of the most incredible and emotional animal rescues ever caught on camera. An antelope stuck deep in mud would have died there if not for one man's fearless decision to act. Using only an old rope, he pulled the animal to safety. One life saved thanks to a courageous heart. When a massive rhino fell through ice, its fate seemed sealed. But these brave rescuers didn't hesitate. They jumped in, used heaters and blankets to warm the animal, and pulled off one of the most incredible rescues ever caught on camera. Sometimes, being a hero means stopping what you're doing even mid-joke. This man noticed a dog near a dangerously fast current and didn't think twice. He saved a life that day, and we think he's the real superhero. Sometimes the smallest gesture, one that costs us nothing, can save an entire life. One act of kindness might mean the world to someone in need. This little camel somehow got stuck in a tree and stayed there for hours. Luckily, some boys happened to spot him. With tools and teamwork, they freed him from a painful death. A memory this camel and the boys will never forget. Even the proudest and most majestic creatures need saving. When a man found an eagle motionless in the snow, he carefully wrapped it in his jacket. The bird was sick and emaciated, but thanks to his courage, the eagle is now recovering in a rehabilitation center. The current was strong, and this terrified dog hesitated to trust anyone. But slowly and bravely, it stepped toward its rescuer. That moment marked not just a rescue, but the return of trust in humanity. When locals found a giraffe in critical condition, many feared it was too late. But rescuers refused to give up, and finally, after tireless effort, they brought the animal back from the brink. In the brutal cold of minus 54 degrees, this dog was found frozen and crying on the street. A group of hospital workers heard him and pried him out of the ice with a crowbar. Thanks to their care, he made a full recovery and found a loving family. During a devastating flood, these men heard faint meows from a collapsing rooftop. With no other option, they broke through the roof to save the trapped cat. Destruction was a small price to pay to save a life. Half an hour earlier, this raccoon was floating helplessly in a lake. Weak and starving, it was barely hanging on. But after being rescued, it was fed, warmed up, and even began to respond. Now it's safe and very well cared for. A young elephant wandered too far from its herd and became stuck in deep mud. It cried all night until locals heard it the next morning. With the help of an excavator, they pulled the elephant out and reunited it with its family. It might look odd, but this method of transporting deer is completely safe. These people used what they had to return the animals to safety, proving that compassion doesn't need fancy tools. In Honduras, a boy spotted something strange, a massive turtle stuck high in a tree after a flood. He worked tirelessly to set it free, and his compassion gave this ancient creature a second chance to return to the sea. Abandoned and inches from danger, this tiny cub had nothing but a miracle keeping it alive. That miracle came in the form of a kind girl who rescued the sick, emaciated animal now named Pats, and gave him the love he never knew. He's grown into a strong, beautiful creature. Curious about food, a bear fell into a tank and became trapped. Luckily, some drivers passing by noticed and came together to help, despite the risk of those powerful paws. Thanks to teamwork, the bear was freed. Storms don't only destroy homes, they displace wildlife too. This scene reminds us birds need help after natural disasters, just like we do. This baby cow fell into a trap and could only wait. Its mother stood nearby, watching helplessly but not fearfully. She knew the people approaching had good intentions, and together they brought her baby to safety. Massive horns and brute strength weren't enough to save this kudu who got tangled in a human-made obstacle. Luckily, kind-hearted people stepped in. They freed the frightened animal without hesitation, a true act of bravery. This man thought a raccoon was playing under his car until he saw it was trapped and struggling to breathe. The rescue was fast, precise, and successful. And yes, the raccoon got a little treat afterward. Even while doing a dangerous job, these men took time to save a trapped animal. It's a reminder that no matter how busy or risky your work is, there's always time for kindness. Owls are fierce predators, and their talons are no joke. But that didn't stop this brave girl. With care and courage, she rescued the struggling bird using her bare hands. A rare moment of bravery that speaks volumes. Curiosity got the better of this little reindeer, and he ended up in serious trouble. Outside a supermarket, a girl found a kitten that looked barely alive, emaciated, and dehydrated. But in her care, the kitten quickly bounced back. Finding not just food and shelter, but also a forever home filled with love. In snowy Canada, a moose had fallen through the snow and couldn't escape. A group of boys, armed with shovels and determination, worked for hours to free the majestic animal. It was hard work, but worth every second. This moose was in terrible condition. Many would have given up. But not these rescuers. Through teamwork and relentless effort, they managed to save it and get it to a veterinary clinic. That's more than a rescue, that's hope in action. But with the help of compassionate people and a very concerned mother watching nearby, he was pulled to safety. A fully grown cow stuck in thick mud is no easy rescue. But these determined heroes didn't give up. They dug, pulled, and sweated until the animal was free. Heavy work, light hearts. Caught in a barbed wire fence with no escape, this kangaroo's fate looked grim. Fortunately, some passing strangers stopped, carefully freed him, gave him water, and ensured he made it back to his family. If these stories moved you, share this video with someone who needs a reminder that the world still has good people in it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more real-life moments of courage, heart, and heroism. Because sometimes the greatest rescue isn't just for the animal, it's for the soul.